You ever feel like a wanderer in a strange land? Or in other words, ever feel out of place or lonely even when there's lots of people around you? Stick around, because by the end, you're gonna know the one key to be yourself anywhere. It's not that hard, at least when you read it. It's not that hard. In theory, it should be simple. In actuality, for me at least, it's very hard. But having a firm grip on your own self-worth is the true key to showing up anywhere. When you begin to understand that your self-worth is not changed no matter where you are or no matter what you've done, this gives you the capacity to be in any space and remain calm and at ease and cool and collected. Problem is sometimes we begin to doubt our self-worth. Situations that are new to us, or we're feeling awkward because the people around us maybe don't like us, or we feel unsupported, or whatever the reason is, right? This begins to hit us. I was sitting in a store with my little girl. We went shopping. She's 13, and we went into Forever 21. I don't think there was a guy in the store. Everybody was a teenager or a woman and me. And I had no problem. I was just hanging out, watching my girl shop, waiting for her, helping her find some stuff that she was looking for, just kind of moseying around. And after I'd been there for a while, she's looking for some stuff, I see a kid, well, not a kid, he was a young dad. And he comes walking up to me, and he's got a daughter in a stroller, and his wife is with him. And he looked so awkward. He says to me, hey, how you doing, man? Like, do you just feel like so weird in this store or what? Like, what do you do? That's what he says to me, right? And I looked at him and I started to laugh because I remembered being a young dad like him. And for the first time in my life, having to spend prolonged periods of time in a women's store waiting for my wife, my girls to shop, and feeling like I don't belong here. This is horrible. People think I'm out of place. What people looking at me? He was going through that very thing. And I was oblivious to it. I was totally at ease and comfortable. I had been here now for years with my own kids. It was no longer an issue for me, but I could see where he was at. And in my laughter, he kind of looked at me surprised, and I said, hey, buddy, don't you worry, man. You belong here. Nobody here is looking at you thinking you don't belong, because they're all chasing their own clothes. Nobody cares. And as long as you're with your family and you're happy and chill, it's fine. But the moment you begin to feel like I don't belong and you're awkward and not looking in the side glances and this, then you begin to creep people out, right? Because they start to wonder, why is he here? Why is he so awkward? What's going on? Then you do get noticed. But if you're like me in this situation, in comparison to this guy, I had no thought of that at all. I was completely at ease. I knew I belonged. I was with my girl. And it made me think of a quote by Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou says, "You will never be free until you realize you belong no place. You belong every place, no place at all." And that's what I said to this guy. I said, you belong every place, bro. It's no place at all. This is just another place you belong. And he smiled, and I could see him settle in and relax. It hit him, right? He realized, oh, I am okay. I'm putting this on myself. And that's the reality of it. When you are feeling uncomfortable, when you're feeling out of place, when you feel like you don't belong, check in with your self-worth. Understand, this is not about anyone else. This is about you. And you know what? You can feel completely confident and at ease and full of self-worth and still get escorted off the premise if you're in the wrong place, right? And I've seen this on movies where somebody, goes in and they try to, get in behind the scenes into, say, a restaurant or whatever, and then somebody gets escorted out. And we laugh at it in the movies. We never think it's crazy. We think it's awesome that they're trying and that they're doing it and they act as if they belong and they get caught. But when we do it ourselves, you may not be even doing something egregiously wrong or trying to hide. You're just there and you're feeling out of place because you showed up in the wrong outfit, or you don't know enough about the topic at hand, and so you feel like maybe you don't have enough to contribute, or you don't feel like you have done enough and have enough accomplishments to be with this group of people. Whatever that thing is, let it go. You belong. And when you realize you belong every place, it gets a lot easier. You don't worry about it. You start to feel the confidence that you have, and people will accept you. I went to a Christmas party at a private equity firm that I work at, and I was laughing because I had worked out late in the day, and I was in my gym clothes, and I knew this Christmas party was going on, and if I went home and showered and did all this stuff, I was gonna be like, I was already late, and I was gonna be super late. And I just thought, I'm just gonna go to the Christmas party in my workout clothes. And people laughed at me. They're like, you're crazy. You can't go to a Christmas party and, for this company in that outfit. I was talking to some friends, and they were like, you can't do that. And I was like, yes, I can. I'm fine. I did. I went. There wasn't a word about it because I didn't care. I did not care that everyone else was super dressed up and nice. I told them how beautiful they looked. I laughed about my outfit, and so did they. And it was fine. I was okay. I was not out of place because I myself felt worthy to be there. So that's the key. One step. Dig into your worthiness, and then you will be free to belong any place at all, just like Maya Angelou says. So, if this is not technical or detailed enough for you, and you're feeling like, well, yeah, I want to not be unworthy, and I want to feel like I belong, but I'm still feeling unworthy and not like I'm okay to show up at this because I don't feel like I belong, I understand. That happens. So you can do a few things, right? Set aside some time to picture that situation. Evaluate the feelings that you have in yourself about not being good enough or not feeling comfortable, and really analyze why that is. What are the issues that are coming up for you? This gentleman that came into Forever 21 with me, we were the only two men in the whole place, he was clearly out of sorts, not happy to be there, and relieved to see another man in the store with him to be able to bounce this idea off of him not belonging. I wasn't in a space where I didn't feel like I didn't belong. I was fine, right? But him being able to do that with me helped to set him at ease. So he would not pre-prepared. He probably didn't know what to do. He's like, holy crap, I gotta go into this. I'm gonna just have to grin and bear it and buckle down. And it might take, like for me, it probably took me like a year or two with doing this stuff with my children before I got comfortable, because I still felt uncomfortable. I didn't prepare ahead of time. But you can literally sit down and say, all right, I have to go into a place that I know I'm gonna be uncomfortable. This is gonna be hard, right? That when these are big challenges for you, you can sit down, you can process, what is it that I'm feeling? What are the things that I'm worried about? What is the worst case scenario? And as you play that out in your mind and recognize there really is nothing bad that can happen in most cases, right? Unless you're trying to break into some drug cartel and they're gonna kill you, you really are probably just gonna be like, hey sir, this is a women-only store, or this is a women's-only gym, you're gonna have to leave, right? Okay, you can leave. If that's the scenario that you're in, it's probably not. I'm just giving you a really ridiculous scenario. So your need to feel worthy is really the essence of how you feel like you can belong in any place. And if you want to do that, that's all contingent upon your own mindset. It's up to you. How you address this situation is how you will feel comfortable. And getting to that is something you can do easily by processing and practicing and placing yourself in situations that maybe you wouldn't feel comfortable normally. Take a chance, put yourself out there. Let yourself see how you adapt. Just like this guy did. I bet you anything, now he can walk into other girls' stores and have no other men there with his little girl and his wife, and he can probably think to himself, yeah man, I belong here. I got my wife and my little girl with me. Of course I belong here. And he can settle in. I hope that's the case for him. I know that's the case for me in those situations, but there are still places sometimes where I show up and I don't feel comfortable. And I can take the time to prepare myself and move through it before I get there. So relax, enjoy the ride, and take in your surroundings. If you can really, really get good at this, you can start to be comfortable in any place, just like this cat that's roaming around behind me. She's comfortable everywhere. She's worthy. You can be too. I'd love to know how you have dealt with this type of thing in the past. Make some comments below. Have you struggled with feeling comfortable in places that you didn't feel you belong, and what did you do to overcome it? And then stick around because I got another video coming up, losing track of your own desires. How to find your identity. This is a good video. It might help you with feeling worthy and comfortable in any place. Thanks. Like, follow, subscribe. I'm James Burnham. Thanks for hanging out.